Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this everyday makeup tutorial for you guys. This has been highly requested, especially from my younger viewers. So in this tutorial you will find some nice tips on how to do a quick everyday makeup, and including how to do like a defined eye, how to make your skin look good really quick, and so on and so forth. I'm also going to be reviewing the NARS foundation stick in this tutorial. Spoiler alert, I freaking love this foundation. I've been obsessed with it. So this will be coming out in NARS boutiques, I believe in NARS boutiques in August, and in September in everywhere else. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got a new backdrop, and some different lighting, and I also got a new table. I got lots of things your girl's set up, so hopefully you guys like the new look of my video and my channel. So if you're interested in learning how to get this look, please stay tuned and keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea spray. I really love this stuff. It has a nice citrus scent to it, and I like it because it almost acts as if as a primer for my skin as well. It's like moisturizer, primer, all in one. It gives me a nice tacky base. I'm actually using the Artis Oval 7 brush. Yeah, I've been obsessed with these brushes too. I will say they are on the pricey side, so if you're gonna go with one that you need, honestly the Oval 7 is really all you need. All right, so I just used that, and I'll feel it. You'll start feeling it get kind of sticky and tacky on your face, and that's a good thing. So I'm gonna go in with NARS Radiance Enhancing Primer. This primer is fantastic because it gives a really beautiful glow to the skin that I actually see through my makeup. I find that a lot of primers that say they give a glow, once you put makeup on top of them, there's no glow. You're like, what happened to the glow that you promised me? Alright, so I just put the primer in the center of my face. I like my center of my face to have a nice glow to it. Also, most of my pores or problem areas are in the center of my face. Now, this is a dual-ended foundation. So one side is the foundation itself, and then the other side is this little sponge thing. It's like a blender, and then you pull it out and you can actually use it by itself. I'm not a big fan of this blender, to be honest with you. It's not like a beauty blender where it gets wet and it gets softer or bigger. It's okay. It's a little gimmicky for me. I actually like it to blend out concealer, but the foundation itself, not so much. And what I like to do is do horizontal stripes, and then stripes right here. I'm using the shade Syracuse. I am pretty tan right now because I got back from vacation. I actually went to DR for the first time, Dominican Republic, with my boyfriend. And my face is a lot lighter than the rest of my body, so that's why. So I did that. I don't do like a heavy coat all over. I just do that. Then I'm going to take the Artis brush, and with the lightest pressure, I'm really just gliding this brush. I think that's the only learning curve to these brushes. You just have to glide versus press real hard. I'm just buffing that in. But this foundation, it just blends out into nothingness. It's like the most beautiful, creamy, beautiful texture. It is a demi-matte texture or demi-matte finish, but I find that it's just all about the way you prep it. So for instance, I prepped it to be a little glowier because I used the Radiance Enhancing Primer. But if you want it more matte, you can really set this down and use an oil controlling primer. But how gorgeous does that finish look and the color? I love this foundation. Alright, now I'm going to use two concealers. This is, again, my everyday makeup. I like using Biscuit to correct underneath the eyes, and then Ginger for more of a highlight. So I'm going to go in with Biscuit, and this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to go in just the hollows of my eyes, and I'm going to dot it. I swear it looks like a lot of product, but I'm really not putting that much, and that's key. You want to put very little bit of product. And I'm going to go in with Ginger. And Ginger is going to go underneath that and around. Alright, so there's that. And then I take Biscuit, and I like to do a little bit in the corners of the mouth just to brighten up. A lot of women of color, we get darkness right around here. Some people even get darkness around here. So it's nice to put like a peachy color just to brighten that area up. Now, this is where the blender comes to use from its little home. And I'm going to actually use this in a tapping motion to blend out the concealer. And then I'm going to go around the nose. And tapping is going to, again, keep the coverage where I want it, but it's also not going to make it look super heavy. But look at how beautiful that looks. I love Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now I'm going to take good old-fashioned Laura Mercier translucent powder. I always use this in my channel, and I always use this every day in my everyday life. And I think it leaves a nice finish underneath my eyes. So I take a puff, good old-fashioned like puff, and I like to like press the loose powder underneath my eyes. So I'm not really baking with this, you're gonna see, because baking would be leaving this powder and putting a lot more of this powder than I am underneath the eyes and in certain areas of the face. I'm more kind of like setting my face with it. I always joke that it's like a sizzle, not a bake. And then I like doing over here, everywhere I put the concealer. If I was really in a rush, I would just put that on. But I'm going to take NARS's Soft Velvet Loose Powder. This is a fantastic powder if you have oily skin. And if you have drier skin, you can use it with a grain of salt. Just use a little bit. I'm going to use this brush from MAC. It's like a rosebud brush. I want to say it's 135 or 136 brush. Sorry, the number kind of rubbed off. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this powder. And I'm going to just dust the other powder off with this powder. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'm applying it on my cheeks. And then underneath my eyes, I'm just kind of like knocking off that other powder with this powder. Since I've been using this foundation, all my coworkers have been like, oh my god, Carly, what have you been doing with your skin? Your skin looks so beautiful. What have you been doing? I'm like, it's something that's coming out later on in the year. I've been dying for NARS to put a video out about it or something in their social media so that I can actually talk about it without getting fired. Alright, so there's that. Simple. This is my face. Really easy. So I'm going to show you my quick and easy way to get out of the house with my brows. So all of these products are actually from the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. All of these items that I'm showing you, including the brush, it's a double-ended brush. One side it's an angled eyeliner brush or brow brush, and one side it's a spoolie. Why is this not focusing on my face? Is this a joke? This is a brow trio, and it comes with 3 brow colors. I'm going to go into the 2 darker shades on here. I'm going to use the lighter one towards the front of my brows and the mix of the 2, but more of the darker one towards the end of my brow. So what I like to do with this brush, which I really love, is I like to comb up my brow hairs. When you comb them up, what happens is you can see the spots where you're missing hair a lot better. So I'm going to mix the 2 colors like I mentioned, and I'm going to just trace. I always start at the arch of the brow and underneath a little bit, and then I work my way to the tail. So all I'm doing is I'm making sure that I only add a little bit of product to my brush at a time, and then I'm doing little hair-like strokes. And then I go back in just in the middle color, and I'm going to have the point facing down towards my lips, and I'm going to do little strokes going up. And then that's it. And then I like to go underneath to make sure I got any gaps. And this is my really quick, everyday kind of a brow. Then I take the clear brow gel from them. I've spoken about this brow gel in my channel before. I love this brow gel. It's nice and sticky, and it really keeps them in place. I brush my hairs up and out with this brow gel. Now I'm going to take NARS Smudgeproof eyeshadow base, and I like this particular eyeshadow base because it's very sticky, so it does make my eyeshadow not move. The first thing I do before I put it on is I take my fingers and I make sure I wipe off my eyelids so there's no oil on my lids to start with, and that makes the shadow stick and last long all day. So I just did that off camera. I just took a little dot on each eye, not too much, just a little bit. For my everyday eye, it's really just a defined eye, and what a defined eye is just something in the crease soft and bronzy, something in the on the lid that's shimmery and pretty, and just soft, basically just to define your eye. So what I'm going to use today is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition palette, which I've been dying to get my hands on. A funny story, my boyfriend actually bet me that I couldn't finish 15 wings. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? Like 15 wings is a lot for me. I mean, I'm a big girl, I can eat, so 15 wings, they weren't even hot wings, they were just regular wings. I couldn't finish it. And then I said, okay, so what are you going to give me if I do that? And he goes, anything. I was like, okay, a palette, so you got to buy me a palette. Needless to say, I ate the 15 wings. I'm gonna use a flat shader brush, something like this. This is from BH Cosmetics. It's just a synthetic flat shader brush. And then something fluffy to be able to blend out the crease and apply colors. This is the Crown Pro C511 brush. And then you need a bigger fluffy brush to blend out any edges and lines. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is just one that came with the Modern Renaissance palette. So that's what I'm going to use. I take the fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this color called Bay right over here.
It's just a soft nude color. And I like to do that under the brow bone and in the crease. And what this does is it makes you be able to blend better.
And then I'm going to go into this color called Sandalwood right over here. And then Henna. So these two colors are going to be my main crease colors. So Sandalwood and Henna. I'm going to go into Sandalwood, which is that lighter peachy color. And I'm just going to go in. So I'm just doing windshield wiper motions. And that's in the socket of the eye. And I'm holding the mirror underneath me because I can feel where the brush is. So I'm just going. Now I'm going to switch off to the more dense blending brush. The crown brush. And I'm going to go into the color Henna, which is that more reddish, orangey color. And I'm going to do that in the outer corner of the socket. So right in the outer corner, you can see where my brush is sinking into my eye. And that's all I'm doing. Now I'm going to go into this color in here called Angelic, which is this pinky rosy color, like a rose goldy color. And I'm going to load up my flat synthetic brush. And I'm going to pat that on the lid. So I'm just looking down and just pressing this on the lid. If I wasn't explaining this, it would actually take me much quicker to do this. Another thing I can do is go back in with the crown brush, take a tiny bit of henna, and I'm actually going to mix it with the sandalwood. Tiny bit. And then go back in and just redefine that crease. Because sometimes when you put lid colors, it can take away some from the crease. I'm also holding my brush on the end of the brush. That's really important when you're trying to get a nice blend. The further away you hold your brush from the head of the brush, so from over here, the softer color that's going to apply in your eyes. So I'm just going from all the way back here and blending that in my crease and in my socket. This is the SS023 Jumbo Kabuki Fan Brush. I'm using that and I'm going to use that with some bronzer. I'm going to go around my hairline. Make sure you really get it into those little hairs or pelitos, like my boyfriend always says that I have pelitos. Now, back here, I'm going to kind of use it to contour, but not really. I'm doing it more on the top of the cheekbone versus contouring. And then I like doing right on the bridge of the nose. I think it looks nice. It looks, especially for summer, it looks like you were actually out in the sun, which I never get to because I'm always working. Without blush, I feel like I look dead. So I'm going to take a little blush. This is new to me. It's definitely not new, but this is the Amazonian Clay Blush from Tarte, and this is in the color Feisty. I got this in a little set. I love this color. It's like a really beautiful apricot color. I'm going to take a tiny bit, and this is one of my mermaid brushes that I reviewed on my other video. I'm going to just take a little, and I'm going to apply that from the apple of the cheek back. I kind of do it more on the back of the cheekbone, to be honest with you. Now, again, this is my everyday makeup tutorial, so this is what I do for every day. I always have a highlight on. It's my obsession. I love highlight. I can't leave the house without highlight. I feel like I'm not done. I feel like I'm not made up unless I have a highlight. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild highlighting Mega Glow highlighting powder, crown of my Canopy. So this is another crown brush. This is a C529 brush. It's like a little bullet blending brush, and I'm going to do that right on the top of the cheekbones. Another thing I always have on, and I never skip that, is a tear duct highlight. I feel like that makes you look youthful and presentable and pretty. So I always take a little bit of my on my flat shader brush, and I just pop that right in the tear duct. So let's say you weren't doing highlight, you could always take a lighter shimmery color, but not too white, and put that in the tear duct as well. And I'm literally just loading that. There's no like particular fancy thing that I'm doing with this, but I'm just loading that right in my tear duct. And then I'm going to go in with a nice healthy dose of mascara. So this is from Pure Cosmetics. It's called the Big Look Mascara. It has argan oil in it, which is really nice. Alright, I'm going to be using two more NARS products. Again, I use a lot of NARS because I work for NARS, so don't kill me, and you can always use something else. So I'm going to be using one of their new PowerMatte liquid lipsticks. This liquid lipstick I love. I've had it for about a month again. What you want to do is you want to give it a good shake. This formula works best if you shake it. And this is the color American Woman. Now I go in with a little lip liner. This is one of their new lip liners in lerins. And I kind of contour my lips with this. So I take the outer corners and fill them in. So I take the outer corners, fill them in the center I leave kind of blank. Alright, so that completes the look for my everyday makeup tutorial. This is my version of an everyday makeup tutorial. This might be a lot of makeup for you. It's really up to you. This is my I gotta get out of the house, 15-20 minutes, get it done. Quick makeup. I hope you got some tips and tricks from this tutorial and you don't have to do every single thing as I do. Yeah, so you could always substitute, like don't use highlighter, you can not use bronzer, etc, etc. Anyway, I am back and better than ever. I have a new backdrop, I have a new table. My whole room is a lot easier to set up film, so I will be filming a lot of more videos for you guys. So please, 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 if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell in the corner. It'll notify you every time I film a new or upload a new video for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.
Why are you laughing?
Because I can feel you looking at me.
Okay, wait.
No!